Alright, so today we are going to be talking about the 3.6 live stream that we are going to be seeing very soon, which is tomorrow actually. And we're going to be talking about how this live stream might be a bit different than the others before. Now, a lot of the things regarding the things that they're hinting at, and also patterns for the timeline and how the patches work, a lot of things might be coming for 3.6, and this is actually really exciting because this patch that we had right now with Daya and all of that, Daya feels like it's been a very long time ago, but we are going to see a lot more different things, a lot more added things because of how things are lining up. But before we get into all that and start talking about all that type of stuff, make sure to leave a sub and a like on the video if you're enjoying the Genshin content. And let's go ahead and start talking about why I think this stream is going to be a bit different. So, of course, our live stream is going to be tomorrow, which I'm very excited for. I will be covering it. I will be making a video as soon as it happens, all that type of stuff. So make sure to be ready for that. But as I said, it's going to start tomorrow, and the way they're describing this live stream has a lot of people already grabbed their attention, basically, because they're talking about will feature juicy details, and this is something that they don't really do. They don't really act these little adjective words when it comes to these live streams. And of course they're going to drop the the usual redemption codes and all that type of stuff, but of course they're going to be dropping the gameplay and the kit for Baizhu. Same with Kaveh, so this is actually really exciting. I can't wait to see Baizhu and what he does. Same with Kaveh. I'm assuming Baizhu is going to be our good 5-star, and our Kaveh here is going to be our 4-star. Now hopefully it would be amazing if they kept on with the pattern of putting it on a new character's banner. That way I don't have to worry about not getting the 4-star on a character's banner that I already have. Now I am going to be talking about something regarding the rerun banners, which most likely will happen because, as I said again, the pattern that usually goes around with certain things that come out at a specific time, I hope he's on their banner, but we'll be talking about that in a quick second. But I do feel like during this live stream we will be seeing some brand new artifacts, and this is because usually around every 3 patches or the start of a new patch, or I guess you say chapter, with it being Sumeru, there's going to be new artifacts. And it usually seems like, as you see, version 2.3 to 2.6, it was 3 patches in between and ended up introducing a new artifact set. Same with 3.0 and then 3.3. 3.0 was the start of the Deepwood Memories and Gilded Dream set, with 3.3 being the Desert Pavilion set and the Flower of Paradise Lost set. So adding 3 more onto that is going to be our 3.6 patch, which we are currently going to be on for Baizhu and Kaveh, and that means we might be seeing some new artifacts to grind out. Now I'm pretty sure these artifacts are going to go along with Baizhu and Kaveh, possibly more along Baizhu, and maybe a secondary piece for some other characters. So you can expect for Baiju's best in slot artifact pieces to be related to that new artifact set, most likely. Now that's not 100%. That's not 100% fact, but it's most likely, since it will be dropping alongside Baizhu, just like how they tried to release Ayato with the I forgot that other artifact set is called, the one that buffs normal attacks basically. They tried to drop that set, but everyone still ended up using Heart of Death. But regarding the artifact sets that we might possibly get, we also might get a new weekly boss. Now this is something that's actually pretty cool, and something that's also kind of annoying as well, because if they add a new weekly boss to the game, that means that not only we are going to not be able to AAA or crown Baizhu as soon as he comes out if there's a new weekly boss, and B, we're gonna have to wait a long time to get those materials, and C, we still don't have any improvements to the resin system in the game. Now a lot of the things regarding resin in this game, I don't think boosting the amount you can have at a time is the solution. I do think having a faster recharge rate is the solution that we need, because we need more resin throughout the day. Not being able to stockpile it throughout the day is kind of still being the same issue if you're able to just stockpile it. But we might get a weekly boss because of the same type of thing where when a new weekly boss gets added, I think it's 4 in between, and then it's going to be a 4 when we get to the next set of bosses. So as you can see in 2.1 we got Senora as a weekly boss, and then in 2.5 we ended up getting Raiden, and for 3.2 we ended up getting the Scaramouche boss, and then 3.6, which is 4 in between, like how we have Raiden and Senora. Then we are most likely getting a weekly boss as well. So you can expect Baizhu to stay at 666 for his talents, because now that we're most likely getting a weekly boss, we won't be able to use the older mats. So not only is this a bad thing, kinda, it's not a bad thing that they're adding extra content, but it's a bad thing resin wise, resource wise, because we won't have any. But now we know that the line of boss material needed for what is it, the Scaramouche boss has ended, so now you can stockpile in the Scaramouche mats for any of the characters that you want in the future, or to finish out the characters that you have at the moment. So that's a little bit of a good thing, but also at the same time it's kind of annoying. And also our reruns that we most likely seeing. Now I do have a video talking about what I think in depth what we're gonna have for reruns regarding 3.6. Since Kaveh and what's it called, Baizhu are both going to be Dendro, and this is a Sumeru centered patch, I'm assuming still, because of course we're still in Sumeru. I think this is the very last Sumeru patch, quote unquote, that we're going to be having, because it's getting near to the point where we're in 3.6, correct? And 3.7 and possibly 3.8, I feel like these are going to be rerun centered banners, like with all the hard hitters and all the more popular units that are going to be coming out. Like we still don't have Eula, we still don't have Kazuha, we still don't have Venti, we don't have Klee, all of these other characters that need to come out. We don't have Kokomi's rerun out either. So yeah, there's a lot of characters that still need to be reran, and so I do think they're gonna make some rerun centered patches in the future. So hopefully that's the case, so I can save for Fontaine units, because that'd be really cool. But one unit that I think for sure we are going to possibly be getting with 3.6 is going to be a Nahida rerun. And the reason I do think Nahida is going to get her reruns because it's about time for her, I guess you could say, scheduled Archon re-release. Every 7 banners, or I guess you could say 8, the Archon always comes back no matter what. So as you can see, Venti came back after 8 banners. What is his name? Where's Zhongli? Zhongli came back after 8 banners. Raiden, somewhere up here. Yep, Raiden came out after 9 banners, or she was on the 9th banner. So yeah, there is actually a good pattern that we're going to be seeing now. If this pattern stays true, that means Nahida will probably be in the second half of 3.6, which wouldn't be bad. I hope they don't put Baizhu and Nahida in the same section, because if they do, that is going to be terrible for me, because I do want Baizhu in his weapon, and I do want Nahida C2, and I have her at C0 currently. So yeah, that might be a problem. If they stay true to the pattern, she should only be coming out on the second half of 3.6. So Nahida, most likely, because of the way Archons are reran, they usually come after a set amount of banners. Nahida is probably gonna get her rerun with Baizhu. So we leave 2 more spots, and I do think Nilou is probably going to rerun as well. She is just as old as Nahida, and it being Nahida and Baizhu, having a Hydro character is not only going to help with Dendro reactions, but also feeds into that Hyper Bloom, not Hyper Bloom, but the Dendro core, Bountiful core type game style. So yeah, I do see that Nilou might be coming back as a rerun. And then for the last banner, I have 0 idea. You could be Eula for all I care, because they didn't want to rerun her during a monster centered patch. Eula could come back, Kazuha could come back. There's a lot of different variations, a lot of different characters that could come back as a rerun. So yeah, there's a lot to look forward to for this live stream. I'm definitely going to be making a video about it, and a short, all that type of stuff everywhere. So make sure to have, you know, the bell notification, make sure to be subbed, all that type of stuff. So as soon as the stream drops, or as soon as you wake up or something like that, you can go ahead and click on that video and know everything as fast as possible. So other than that, thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end. See y'all in the next one, and peace.